Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this picture of a logo on a t-shirt and asked how you could draw that in Corel. This is really, really easy. Let's take an ellipse, and I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. And I'm going to make that ellipse really thick. So I'm going to go from hairline to like 36 points. And if you always remember, if the number's not there, you can make it any point size you want. We're going to go ahead and make it like 75 points. And then we're going to reduce it a little bit, make it more like the logo. And then I'm going to go to object and convert the outline to an object, and then I can left click, right click. Now we just need to make this cut line. So we're going to take you could do it one of two ways. We're going to go ahead and use a 2-point line, and we're going to go from the center out. Sometimes you'll do that. Well, let me put back the P. Let me just draw a line kind of at that same angle, if you wanted the same angle. And then we can grab it and move it and have it snap to the center of the page. And now we're going to make it a thick line. So we're going to go and let's try that 36 points. And that's about right. Go to object, convert it to an outline, left click, right click. And because it's in the center of the page, we can Control D, alternate C, which is the hotkey for rotation, and rotate it 120 degrees. And then Control D again. We don't care about this end section. And really all you have to do, you don't have to do any welding. Let's see how big this thing is. It's 10 inches. We'll set our nudge factor on 12. And let's take our Smart Fill tool and fill that in, move it over, fill that in, fill that in. So you've got that part. Now we can delete this and we can nudge this back over. Now I'm going to left click, right click, and the circles are kind of halfway in between that point. So if we're lucky, well, there's not a node there. They're actually, it might say midpoint. Let's get the pick tool. There's the midpoint right there. So we're going to take an ellipse about the size of that circle. That might be a little bit big, but you'll get the point. And we're going to go right to where it says midpoint. That doesn't look like it is. And I don't think it is. So probably maybe the best thing to do would be to take a 2-point line and go from there to there. And then that's going to be the midpoint for sure. And we'll go right here to the center of that line. Now, it's a little bit difficult to move it perfectly between there. Let's try this. Let's try setting our nudge factor on like 1 inch. This is a little bit unorthodox, but we're going to move it up twice and over. So that should be the midpoint of that, still that edge. And let's put that right on the center of that line. Now we're a little bit still too high, so let's change our nudge factor to 0.5. Let's move the line up and over. And now we can use this again, and 1/2 inch might have been too much, and it is. So let's go with 1/4. Let's go with 0.2. And let's just move this down and over, down and over. So we're still in the midpoint because we changed it exactly the same. Now, if we make a duplicate of this, Control D, alternate C to make the rotation, 120 degrees, Control D. And normally, we still want the ball. So what I should have done, I shouldn't have rotated it yet. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to Control D, and I'm going to make a duplicate. Holding down the Shift key, I'm going to go outwardly to get that little bit of an edge. So now we can group this together. Control D, alternate C, which is a macro. And if you don't know what that is, I've made quite a few videos on it. So now what we can do is take the Smart Fill, and we're actually going to use those colors now. So I'm going to go the color of Smart Fill tool, get the eyedropper and get that color, and then fill that in, and fill that in. Now we're going to nudge these over. Whoop, need to set my nudge factor back to 12. Let's nudge these out of the way. And now I'm going to delete this. And now we're going to take the Smart Fill tool and get that. And I'm a little bit off on maybe the size. Now, on the logo, everything's white and the circles are that color. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and left click, right click in black. We're going to make a circle. You know what? Let's do this. It's not going to center because it's an odd shape. Let's just go from the center. Well, it's not going to let me center. Let's hold down the control button and make it a larger circle. And it's not going to really center. Well, you know what? Here's what we can do. Let's nudge this over, this over, this over. This will center. Let's group that together. And now when we bring this over, it should snap to the center of that. Well, okay, if you can't do that, select them both and go EC, and that put it in the center. We could actually make it a little bit bigger by holding down the Shift key and getting this two-sided arrow. Whoa, we got everything. Let's just grab the red line. And you can see down here, we only have a red line selected. Get the two-sided arrow. We don't want the four-sided. There we go, and hold down the Shift key and it'll grow outwardly. And then just nudge these back. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take all this, and we can't really use the eyedropper tool to fill it in, but what we have to do is nudge it over. Use the eyedropper tool. We still got that same color. Now what I would do is select all these and left click white, right click outline gone, and then go to object, order, back a page, and there's that logo. Pretty much similar. I needed a little bit more space, but I'm just giving them some ideas. There's a little bit more space here than we should have more space. And that was just to make that other circle a little bit bigger. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.